Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World Cyber Games here in the beautiful city of Los Angeles. And we are going to have League of Legends right now here on the main stage. It is going to be Europe versus America, or Germany, as I should say, versus America, or they are representing Europe. And joining me on stage is the one and only Freak, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for him.
All right, and yes, it is North America versus Germany. The ironic thing here is they're Team USA with 3 Canadian members and 2 American ones. And Team Germany has a couple of Swiss players, right?
2 Swiss members.
Yeah, 2 Swiss members as well. So
1 Swedish.
Close enough, right? There's more than 0. So anyway, we do have the players in the game. We are ready to start pretty shortly. The game will of course be on these monitors behind me. That's, I think, obvious, but I'm just kind of filling for time right now.
Yeah, well, while we're filling for time, we're waiting for the guys to get themselves ready and ready to go. Well, let's talk about the group stages. We had the group stages yesterday. They were massively followed by everyone at home. You know, how do you think it went? I mean, yesterday we had Europe beating the United States in the group stages.
Yeah, that's right. So the group stages were really interesting. The one big thing that everyone was looking forward to is, from whatever I saw in the online chatter, Europe and USA were the 2 favorite teams, and sure enough, here's the first place match with Europe and North America. But the thing that shocked everyone is the very first game that was played was Europe versus China, and China destroyed them. China hit them really hard, and China won against Europe, and we're like, oh, wow, these guys are way better than we thought. Shoot, this is going to be a whole new game. And then, as it turns out, the brackets went through, and we did the group stage, and Europe beat USA in the second or third round, and then we suddenly had a 3-way tie because USA beat China and China beat Europe and Europe beat USA, and we went around the circle like, oh, wow, these are all going to be really tough games now. And of course, Singapore went 0-3, so they were kind of out right away. But we moved on to the bracket stage, the single elimination, and we had Europe versus China right off the bat. And Europe actually won 2-0, sort of rectifying their mistakes and remedying what happened last time, because we're like, oh, well, China beat them, so is Europe going to be gone? It's going to be USA-China again in the finals? Like, that's going to be different. But, Europe 2-0'd them really quickly, and USA did really well as well, dropping Singapore down 2-0. And now we have the really exciting finals coming up here that, again, Europe won the first game, so I don't know what's going to happen.
I'll tell you what, I'm out of breath listening to that. He speaks fast, doesn't he? That's what you call a rundown of what happened, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're about ready to go. The teams look like they're ready. I can see Elements a little bit of nervous from Hotshot and Elements there. We're going to have the USA on the left-hand side. As you look on the screen, look at my backside. It's all good. And we have Germany over here as well. So they are pretty much ready to go. We've been told they're ready to go, so let's get into the game as soon as we can. Do you want to talk about the picks, actually?
I do.
We know about the picks. We've seen the picks, so how's about we introduce the picks?
But you haven't. So the really interesting thing, I want to preface this, is both North America and Europe are like supremely confident that they outpicked the other team. And so me coming from the North American scene, I know that the standard champion picks, and those of you following along at home or who play LoL here in the audience, so the North American team, just right off the bat, Taric, Garen, Amumu, Morgana, Misfortune. Does that not sound like the most ridiculous team comp in the world? So talking with the players at lunch, they're like, are you serious? Garen, Taric? They let you have that? What? Are they... What? But the cool thing is, Europe are like, no, dude, we totally planned that. We knew exactly what you guys were going to pick. Here's our lineup. What's up? And so they've got Shen, Soraka, Ashe, Kassadin, Twisted Fate. Yeah, right? And so everyone here in the crowd is North American. They're like, what? No. So I'm actually really looking forward to that, because one thing that actually happened in Germany, Europe, whatever, versus China is they had Twisted Fate and Kassadin had a 20-stack Magi Soul Stealer at like 21 minutes into the game. Not surprisingly, they won that one. And the really cool thing here is their player Severus is really known for being like the best Kassadin in the world. And they're like, no, dude, we got this. We totally had a counter pick for your guys' comp. Like, we totally expected this. You guys are going to get owned. And so that's kind of the cool thing is what North America's been doing for their team comp has been picking these standard good picks that have really good synergy, but the European team is like counter-picking every champion. They're like, oh, yeah, we know what you guys are going to do. Here comes Kassadin to counter your Misfortune. What's up? So, and, of course, we're in the game.
Yeah, here in the map picks there, so I assume we are in game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may notice we can see everything. We are using the spec mode. Now, we can't give anything away that the guys can't see. We can see them, you can see them, they can't. all they can see is their map. We've got the full hacks going on here of Riot Games. This is something that we're pushing to get released. Don't worry. We've been chasing these guys all weekend, saying, "Hey, about that spec mode, you know, it'd be really nice to have it." So here we go. We are live and underway. It is IWEARACAPEIRL in real life, also known as SK Gaming, versus CounterLogic, the US team. And as you can see, things are gonna get interesting.
Here it goes. And Mumu gets hit by volley. He's gonna jump on. There's a dark bomb. He got on Twisted Fate. Stunned by Tarek. Garen spinning around, but Twisted Fate will flash out. Mumu super low, but gets out for himself. And looks like everyone will just barely escape it. Good flash from Twisted Fate, getting himself safe. Did lock the gold card. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Off to a great start here in US versus Europe.
Minions have spawned.
Very, very nice start there. No kills though, no first bloods. All very tense stuff.
But
right in the bushes.
potions.
That's what makes this game awesome. You got the bushes straight away, and you got some big 5-man teams straight off the bat there. You don't get that in many games.
Yeah, that was awesome. And the entire team on both sides having health potions, because you can usually fit those into any build. And so I'm going to wait to call out the lane matchup until they get spotted by minions, but unsurprisingly, both teams will be running a jungler. The jungler for Team Europe will be Shen. The Europe team, by the way, will have the purple minions. They spawn on the top right. Their health bars are red. They're circled by a red outline. The US team, on the other hand, will have green outlines in their health bars. They're spawning in the bottom left. Their minions are green, going up that way, from the bottom left to the top right. And so right off the bat, you know, there's just some strategy going on. We did see that clairvoyance right there. So basically, Ashe got a lizard buff, Shen helped her get it, and US knows about it. So Misfortune versus Twisted Fate mid. Misfortune gonna do her best to last hit. There's a purple caster minion down, getting another one there. A little bit of red card spam from this Twisted Fate. And there's a little bit of spam as well for Misfortune, but this is really gonna be a farm lane for now. Oh no, Misfortune getting a little bit unsafe, takes about 112 damage now on her, and hits another wild card. So Misfortune's getting harassed super hard by TF, and she's actually misplaying this lane because of that. But locking a gold card, getting out of range, she's gonna be okay for now. More wild card spam does hit her, and there's the gold card hit, gonna get her low again. And yeah, this is a little bit scary. I think this is kind of bad play from Chaucer. Barely dodges the wild cards. And I mean, I feel like he should be doing better in this lane already. And oh yes, Ashe with the lizard buff does take a dark binding, but she's gonna be okay. Morgana, played by Big Fat Gigi, is gonna be up there against a name that I can't read because it's too blurry for me.
So yeah, we're going to have Ashe versus Morgana. That's going to be the solo top lane. Obviously, we've got two junglers going on here. So Twisted Fate. Down the bottom, I can see it is Soraka and Kassadin, I believe. Yes, I can see Soraka and Kassadin versus Tarek and Garen. So really, I got to tell you, the US side have really got, I'd say, a slight advantage here. I mean, they're not going to get any kills out of that fight.
Yeah, okay, so you're right. So here's that Tarek Garen lane. The reason it's so good, for those who don't play League of Legends, and I'll also introduce LoL to you in a minute, Tarek has a range stun. I believe it's 600 range, and when you hit it at the max distance, it's a full 2-second stun, I believe. And Garen is such a powerhouse early game. His damage is super, super high at the very early stages of the game. And in late game, he becomes very tanky and durable, and he still scales all right, but his superpower is really killing people at levels 1 through 9. That's really his big benefit to the team. And combined with a stunner like Tarek, and also one who can heal, it's just such a powerful lane. But the Soraka, the Soraka Kassadin lane that we're seeing here is one that's pretty safe. They both have ranged spells that deal pretty good damage. And Soraka especially is a great sustainer champion. She can heal, she can give mana back. It's good stuff. But uh-oh, here comes Shen. On to Misfortune. There's the taunt. Twisted Fate, though, is not in range, and his flash is down, so MF will be fine. But a nice little try there by the Shen, of course, with no buffs, as he gave the Lizard to Ashe.
Yeah, trying to give it a little bit of cover for Twisted Fate there, getting low on mana as well in that middle area. So Misfortune, you'd feel, would come out on top. Twisted Fate's one of those guys that European players do like to play. He's like to say, I was talking about it earlier with Freak. His ability power has been buffed a little bit, so he's starting to get picked a lot more again. It's one of those heroes that went away for a while, but he is back in rotation, as it were. At the moment, it is all square. As we'd expect, it's the early game phase, you know, for those who are unsure. You know, they've got two junglers, which means two guys going around, picking up the neutrals in around the neutral area. And I can see it's about to go off on the map. You guys can see it, we can't see it, so we can see it. The rest of the teams can't see it, so no, he's given up. He's given up. He's going to pack away. So still, we got the 2v2. Still no first blood. Still all square. We're around about coming up to the getting close to the 10-minute mark already. So it is a very tense first start. We thought we saw this. We saw this in the North American finals as well.
Oh, but here we go. Just kidding. There's a Mumu. There's a flash from Ashe, and she will dodge Dark Binding. Takes a puddle on the feet, but she's going to be okay. Dropped down to only like 300-something health, and she's actually going back to harass after casting Ghost, realizing that a Mumu won't be able to land any attacks for quite some time. So just a completely oh, there's the Hawk Shot. Does reveal a Mumu. So Mumu will back off and not bother anymore. His Golem buff has timed out as well, so not too much more spam for him. Tarek, the champion who seems to have clairvoyance here, will continue to try to reveal the enemy team and do what they can here. And as the minute count ticks up to about 7 minutes, the first neutral, the buff camps will respawn around 7 minutes roughly, depending on how fast they died. And that's where we're going to see Shen and Amumu and everyone else come back with new buffs, and they're going to really redouble their efforts to gank. So in the meantime, though, Shen will take over mid, as Twisted Fate will go back to heal and grab some new items, and we're going to see what he does with that.
So we got some good ward placements from both teams at the moment. You can see it going out on the screen. Obviously, they don't know where it is unless they use the vision wards or getting potions, but that would be a little bit too early. Misfortune gonna leave mid. No, I was gonna say leaving mid, wide open space. Why would you do that? You're gonna hide yourself if you're doing that, or doing it right in view of Shen. So at the moment, it is still all square, and just we're gonna start moving into mid-game phase soon enough, because they've pretty much done with the jungling. They've all done one or two rounds already, so at the moment still it's just Soraka and Kassadin. We're not seeing any double stacks up yet. We're not seeing any junglers moving out other than the few attempts we've seen, so it's very much in that quiet period before the storm, as it were.
Yeah, so real quick, since we have the laning phase going on, the most action-packed lane will probably end up being bottom with Garen and Tarek. And I want to get a bit of crowd interaction going on. So again, this is the lane with Garen, and we all know what Garen's favorite quote is, right? So on the count of 3, I will hold the mic out, and you guys will all yell as loud as you can Demacia. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And those of you watching online, you wish you were here.
Yeah, certainly. We saw a bit of clarity going out there. A good spot on the blue buff, I believe that was, when a scope. So I didn't see who exactly had the clarity, but we haven't seen the summoner spells yet. So maybe we're going to get a tab and try and catch those from the wonderful cameraman at the back.
Oh yeah. Our cameraman needs to go ahead and press tab real quick so we can see the summoner spell allotment for the entire team. Thank you very much. It's like he can hear us.
By magic.
So yeah, so there is Tarek indeed with Clairvoyance and Ghost. Ghost on all 5 members of CLG. That is actually very common. USA really loves Ghost, but meanwhile we see that while most players on Europe have some kind of mobility ability, they like Fortify. They've got a Fortify on Shen. They've got a Clairvoyance as well. They've got a Summoner Heal. They've got 2 Ignites. They've got Exhaust. So they have a little bit more of a varied assortment of spells. But I think it's kind of cool that Europe plays a more offensive Summoner spell game, and USA plays much more defensively, which is also a bit of a clash in the styles of play, because Europe really loves to poke and play really long-range games and do these little like in and outs and harass, and USA is much more about the AoE ball. This is really what their team comp is with Amumu, Morgana, and Misfortune is a very like AoE ball like crush thing, and yet they're the ones going for mobility.
There we go, get on the top. Oh, Twisted Fate trying to get in there. Morgana, he's getting locked down. He's going to surely pick him out, but Shen comes in to save him. Morgana's going to get away with that, and Twisted Fate with literally no health left manages to get away. So nice cover from Shen there, because he was undoubtedly dead there.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a good play from Shen. Managed to ult on top of Twisted Fate to scare Morgana away. It's kind of interesting because Twisted Fate went back in to try to gold card Morgana, which meant he was still standing in tremendous soil, had to flash out despite walking back in, which I thought was kind of funny. Where he really could have just flashed in to land a gold card instead, but chose like, I'm going to run forward and then run away with Flash. So he'll that cooldown real quick. So Twisted Fate already having used Flash twice this game, I'm pretty sure he's tournament utility, so that's like a 7-second cooldown.
But yeah, I mean, that gives the European team great team map coverage there. I mean, Twisted Fate can literally ulti in, Shen can ulti in on top of them. They can pick someone off very quickly. Exit frags, here we go. Twisted Fate's coming in, and it's going to be Tarek. They're going for Tarek of all people. Garen's going to go, yo, I'm going to spin on you, and you're not going to get my boy.
Yeah, so that was a good play by Garen. Managed to zone them out, just spun around on Chasm, getting him a little bit low. And it was a really good play because they have 2 to 3 Ignites in this Europe team. Anytime they're going for someone like Tarek, normally Tarek is a really good self-healer, but when you Ignite him, your healing is downed by half. You only heal at half effectiveness. So even though his ultimate, heals him every second, and he can self-cast his Q spell, Infuse, to heal himself for bonus, if you still cut that in half, it's not that impressive anymore. But, we see in mid that Chowster's doing a good job last hitting. He's already blue-pilled once. Unfortunately, we have these overlays for the team scores, so we have no idea what his items actually are. But if we press tab, we can see if he's been farming too well. So let's see. Chowster is on the bottom with 34, 54. That's way too blurry. Something ending in 4 minion kills. Has boosted speed and 2 Doran's Blades, though. Also carrying a ward. A lot of wards. You can see the green squares in that scoreboard in the middle column. Those are all wards the players are holding, trying to get themselves more map awareness and do what they can.
We're going to get a team fight down the bottom. Garen is coming in there. That's going to surely be first blood. Garen there we go. First blood. Kobe getting in there. Beautifully done. And Kassadin goes down. Also Severus playing Kassadin. Like we mentioned Severus earlier on, but he is unfortunately winning first blood. Also, there's a bit of a push on top lane. I can see at the moment. If we can have a look up there, it is Morgana going for it. There is the 45 coming in that Shen was carrying, so that's going to be easily covering that. And that is first blood to the United States of America.
Yeah, well played there. Let's see, Kobe 24 is at least American, so it was at least, let's see, Elements. So it was 2 Canadians and 1 American got first blood. I was trying to count that out and figure out, like, if it was like a Team Canada first blood, that would have been kind of funny to me. But yeah, so that was actually really, really great synergy there. It was a really good fight overall by America. It seemed as soon as one stun ended, someone else put one on. So it started out with Garen silencing, then Amumu landed, Bandage toss, then Tarek stun, and Amumu ulted, and Kazuma just like stuck there in place, like waiting to rip block away and just couldn't. And that was just a great, well-orchestrated gank right there. Of course, the Amumu ultimate is on cooldown, though he should probably still be wearing golem buff, so it should only be 100, maybe 15 seconds on that cooldown. Maybe it already ran out. Maybe I'm just, terrible at this game, but certainly it's just a cooldown. It's worth the kill. Any amount of cooldowns is worth getting kills and getting an advantage, so a good play there. Neither team has yet gone for Dragon. Oh, the Ash Arrow hits Garen. It's with the fate. Will teleport in. Garen taking so much damage. Gold cards through the face, and there's the kill. The retrieval by Kassadin.
Elements going down there, beautiful stuff, and surely that's going to be followed up by either a Dragon or a gang mid. I'm not too sure which one they're going to go for. Well, we do know what they're going to go for because they've both got wards there. We can see it. There's going to be a Dragon push. Are they going to move in on both sides? Kobe's thinking about it. No. Now Europe going to steal the Dragon. They are gathering forces as the ward goes down. We're going to get a clear view there. Here we go. Amumu going in. Sorry, has he got his ulti up? He needs to get in now. Ash going down. Oh, Shen tried to come in. Didn't manage to get it. Teleport coming in there. Shen tried to get and save Ash. Shen is in all sorts of trouble as well. They're trying their best to pull out, but America's surely going to come out on top of this one. Shen is going to get away. Beautiful work there. And well, of all that fighting, only Ash went down. And there is no Twisted Fate stole on the end now by Misfortune. Beautiful stuff. And that is around about 3-1 by Merikinen.
Yeah, that was an amazing play. And I'm trying to figure out if they stole Dragon or not. I'm not quite sure. The score is too blurry. I know it died, obviously, but I'm trying to see if that gold ticked up. So unfortunately, I have no idea who killed Dragon. But that was really awesome, patient play by the Americans. They knew that they were there. They had a ward and a blue melee minion followed them up to the Dragon. And then they just sat there with Misfortune in the back, just chilling, waiting. And the Amumu got out there, got under the brush, was waiting for his team to group up, and then, oh look, Ash took 5,000 damage and she just died. And so they landed like 2 to 3 consecutive stuns on her. Tarek, Morgana, and Amumu all stunned her, and she just got completely dropped out of that fight extremely quickly, and that was just beautiful play. And then the rest of the fight, of course, they're up a kill. Their cooldowns are all right. Misfortune got her ultimate off, so that hurt everyone pretty badly as well. Shen actually was staying there on Dragon for a short time, which is a silly mistake to make. And they just picked up the rest of those kills there, which is just really, really good play. Europe managed to escape with only 2 deaths, but regardless, just a well-orchestrated team fight for the US team.
Actually missed in that who actually got Dragon. It was someone stole it. I didn't see which team managed to get it. It is not there anymore. I'm guessing it was Europe got it just before Ashton went down. Good fight.
All right.
USA stole
Amumu
it.
did get smite up in time. Okay, so Amumu had smite off, so he did that. He did take that. The global gold count in the bottom left corner is a little bit too fuzzy to read, but it seems like they have been gaining quite a bit of some good stuff there for their fights.
Here we are. We're going to see good ward play from both teams, really, as you'd expect at high-level teams that would have wards all over. Anyone that is watching that plays solo queue, you really need to realize how important wards are. I mean, I'm fed up of just going around buying wards all the time, only for them to be wasted. It is something that is so important in team games. And here we have Morgana trying to track down Shen. That's not going to happen. Morgana misses with the prison net. And Twisted Fate and Shen going to back away. So we're back to fairly even stuff. We're starting to get a big level game. They're starting to move around the map quite freely now. We can see, you can see them on the mini-map. We don't want to give away where they're going to disappear to, where they're going to push to. At the moment, it's pretty much everyone trying to sneak the buff. So you can see their clarity goes down. You can see the red buff going down to Misfortune getting it from Kobe there. Kobe, the jungler, of course, with Smite. As was kindly reminded, Misfortune's going to clear up the mid tower. So no tower pushing really from either team. Nobody's really hit any towers, I don't think. it's all been very much touch and go from both teams. We're looks like around about 30, 15 minutes into it. It's a little bit tricky to tell.
Yeah, it's still pretty early on in this game. Of course, it is a 4-1 advantage. Or 3-1 advantage, sorry, in kills. There's the Twisted Fate ultimate, and he will jump on top of Misfortune. Misfortune will almost certainly go down. There's the damage output. Ash will pick up that Lizard Buff for that kill. And Mumu almost hits Bandage Toss. That was close. He's going to run in there, tantrum on those minions, get some more kills for himself, walk away a little bit from Ash. He should be afraid of that. He's not farm enough yet to really be able to ignore Ash, who has a Lizard Buff. So a little bit of an equalizer there. And that's really what we're expecting to see from this European team. They have really, really good mobility. They have the Twisted Fate ultimate, obviously. They have that Ash ultimate, which is global as well, that Enchanted Crystal arrow. They have Cassidy, who's just naturally really, really fast, using Riftwalk to get around the map. And so they have, minimum of 3 champions who can almost show up anywhere. Oh yeah, plus Shen. Shen can ultimate onto anyone. So they can basically just show up with 2 to 3 champions worth of effort out of nowhere. And that's really what they're going to try to plan on. They're trying to ward the map as well as they can, make sure that they watch all those avenues, and they just keep picking up those kills wherever possible. And so as we saw there, Ash and Twisted Fate grouping up just to drop down Chowster full to dead, sitting in mid lane with no one ganking him. Just, oh no, you died because I'm Twisted Fate.
It'd be interesting to see what Severus is building, actually. He's been going the Soul Stealer a few times in the group stages. He is casting. He's not really going to get anything from that bottom lane with Tarek and Garen, although it's pretty much split into mid-game now.
Does have Majai's. Tear of the Goddess as well. He actually highlighted the items up through the overlay. So he has Majai's Soul Stealer and Tear of the Goddess. That's the build I saw him do against China in the semi-final, where he got a fast Majai's Soul Stealer, got another 20 stacks, went for an Archangel. But here is the team fight in mid. There are 4 players from CLG pushing on this turret. Third is down to half, but there is the Conversion and the Fortified. Beautiful combo there. Tarek taking some damage down to half. Ash arrow just barely misses. If that had hit, if she had cast out earlier, and she really should have actually. She should have cast before Shen went for the taunt, but it was guaranteed to hit. If it was just cooling down, but that certainly could have been orchestrated better. Most certainly not the most legit arrow of my life. To get that reference. Tarek taking some more damage. The stun goes back on Ash. Ash getting hit by the Dark Binding. There's Misfortune, but Tran has over the dog, but Garen will pick that kill up. Chester putting some damage down, advancing Mimble, and Shen will go down to Garen, and so does Soraka. Twisted Fate going to run away, gets stunned though. He's going to take some more damage. Dark Binding. Twisted Fate goes down.
Beautiful, beautiful play from USA. Big fat GG getting in there in the last set. And surely you're going to think that tower is also going to go 4v1. I don't think Europe got 1 single kill in there. That was absolute slaughter.
Absolutely nothing picked up by the Europe team. Although USA has not gone for that turret yet. They're choosing to heal before they push much farther. And it really was, like, look where Ash died. Ash died in front of her turret. That is not an okay mistake to make. You can't be that far out allowing yourself to get picked off by a team that has like 4 long-range stuns. I mean, sure, Amumu and Morgana have them on skill shots. You have to be able to dodge those skill shots if you're going to actually do that. And Tarek just getting that point stun out there, and unless Flash is up, you're going to get hit by that, and you're going to be stuck in place for those other 2 routes, and it worked out quite well for them.
So at the moment you can see the USA gathering once again. The European team have all respawned, so they're getting back into position. Still no towers down at the moment. It's very much even skates, but CounterLogic certainly going to be picking up a lot more gold from the kills they've got. I reckon it's around about 7 or 8-1 now. At the moment it is quite a big advantage that the US team have. This is a complete contrast to what we saw in the group stages. The European team got quite a big advantage in the group stages, which is really what carried them forward. This is going to be a steal. Yeah, that's going to be a steal. I can't really give it away where it is because neither team's going to see it at the moment. They're going to go in onto any wards, so still can't really say where they are. At the moment, it is Europe just spread across the map, chilling. Trying to keep the area covered, trying to push the single lane. Twisted Fate is awesome at pushing lanes. He is one of those characters that really has the ability to just go, oh, you're all going to come up here, I'm going to go down to your bottom and start pushing that lane.
Yeah, Twisted Fate showing a very good understanding of his Sheen mechanics. What's up with Sheen is whenever you cast a spell, you get a buff on yourself, makes your next attack deal bonus damage. However, Sheen has an internal 2-second cooldown, meaning you can proc Sheen, then attack, then you have to wait and proc it again to attack. And so what he did there is he locked a blue card, attack, waited for that timer, and then wild card to cast some more.
Did I call it or what? So to Rake getting the top top turret down there. Immediately using his ulti, seeing the entire team of the US and going straight for the tower. However, as you can see on the map at the moment, there is something else happening. We'll hopefully try and get to it. Here we have a big push from the German team. At the moment, they're trying to go in. There it is. The ward goes down. They can see an early Baron push coming from CLG. And manages to pop the ward down. Dark Bindings goes down onto Soraka. There's Soraka in also trouble. And also Baron turning around. And Mumu manages to get in there. Is anyone going to get to steal that Baron kill? He's so low at the moment. There is they managed to steal it. Big Fat GG gets in there, but Europe managed to steal the Baron nicely. Then Hotshot GG did manage to take down Severus, but a good steal on that Baron. There's still 4 members remaining that managed to get that Baron buff so well. An early push on Baron now from US, managed to get thwarted. They also, did they manage to get that bottom tower? It looks like they did as well. Looks like Rake may have got that bottom tower down there as well. Yes, he did. So Rake managed to pick off the top and bottom tower with Twisted Fate, all while CLG were wasting time trying to get Baron. They got stole.
Yeah, so that was a good play by Europe. They managed to spot them doing Baron. Soraka dropped the ward. They stole it with something like Volley. Just some low damage poke. I don't think they got a smite nearby yet. Managing to steal the Baron. They did give up 2 kills for it, so only 3 people have the Baron buff left, but one of them is Ashe, so that's always going to be useful. And I think Soraka and Shen, the last 2. No, Twisted Fate was down there the entire time. I forget which ones died. It was Kassadin and someone else jumped in. Yeah, Twisted Fate has the buff. I think Shen was the one that died as well. Those are the 2 that can actually jump through the wall, so that makes the most sense to me. But I could just be wrong, so I don't know. But yeah, so Shen was the one that died, and Kassadin I saw die as well. So those 3 have the Baron buff. That's pretty good news for them. Twisted Fate doing tons of damage with his red card and the wild card spam, just farming up some gold. A very ganky team as we saw before. Their mobility was just so great as they just had Shen show up and help them steal it, and they had just great vision in general with Ashe tossing out her spells across long range and Hogshot as well. So, a very good fight right there. Of course, the USA is still winning very much in champion kills, but that doesn't mean everything, and they are grouped up to push mid. Let's see if they can take this turret down.
The mid tower going to go down here. Something we've not seen actually so far. I watched it in group stage. The European team were immediately, as soon as any sync went down like a Baron or a Dragon, it was someone's job purposely to put the time down exactly when that was going to spawn. They may well be doing it still in their heads. They're all on comms, of course, and you'd expect most pro teams to be doing that. Also, something you don't see in the season 1, 5v5s, the lower teams, they just don't have a clue what's going on with the buffs at the moment. But here we go, you can see Europe managed to gank up, group up. They're going to need to make use of this Baron buff, really. They managed to steal it, but they're not really doing anything with it at the moment. It is Ashe and Twisted Fate, really, the important ones. Soraka, obviously, with Baron buff's not really going to do a fat lot. So that mid tower down for Europe, one of the 2 top and bottom towers down for the United States, or Canada, or we'll call it CLG. It's much easier. But the medals are going to go to the United States. That's what counts. So at the moment it is fully mid-game, and you can see Twisted Fate revealing the entire CLG team. They know exactly where they're coming from there. They managed to pop the ulti off. He's thinking, yeah, I'm not going to port it for all this, guys. I'm not that stupid. So he's going to use that port to try and get around the map. And Shen Yudashun will be going with him. He's going to always port in as well. And at the moment, CLG, well, they're thinking, shall we push it? Shall we not? No, not really. SK Gaming ready and waiting.
Okay, so actually I feel like that was a bit of a wasted ultimate from Twisted Fate. I mean, maybe they didn't know where the USA team was, and so Shen was afraid. But basically, he had been pushing top and had some minion waves there, and then without being pressured at all, and without that bottom tower even available for kill, Twisted Fate just popped his ultimate and then went to bottom, and then was like, oh right, there's nothing here. I'm gonna walk back to base now and like just blow my cooldown. And meanwhile, USA was like about to push their mid. It's like, so you can't teleport to your team anymore and help. Okay, but I mean, it did work out. The USA team did not push very hard at all. They just backed off, and I think they're really just waiting for the Baron buff to end. I think that's how Europe is playing it, is they know USA will back off for now, because that Baron buff will generally result in a team fight win as long as you position yourself properly. So Ashe still using the rest of that Baron buff. It should be ending in the next 2 minutes, maybe a little bit less. And we're just sort of seeing everyone do the lane assignments once more. Shen has gone to top, Twisted Fate's at bottom. Ashe, of course, both farming mid, and then those lanes have all been pushed out now. And here we go, let's see what they can do. They're looping around the map, trying to find a gank. Let's see, yeah. Oh, there we go, nice steal there on the golem. Ashe has revealed that the entire team, they're just taking away the golem, and I think this is their second golem steal. So, again, I talked about how the USA team is doing very well with their map objectives, and of course, they're actually down 1 turret, but they've stolen 2 golems, and that's a very wise choice. And Shen solo pushing the side lane, and the USA is going to have to do something to defend that, but of course, Shen can simply just ultimate out and leave and you know, keep himself healthy and help the next team fight. So Morgana has shown up to defend that, but Team USA up against this turret will be taking this down with 4 members.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, Shen's also got Twisted Fate to come in support. If he does get 2v1, 1v1, sorry, he'll just get Twisted Fate to come in support, get that CB1 advantage and try and take down whoever goes to him, which I thought may well happen with Morgana, but instead Shen chose to run away. So at the moment we're seeing CLG pushing around. They just had a little pop on that lower tower. You can see clarity going down. That is CLG's clarity being used. And at the moment, the European team, they're not really moving around as a group, whereas CLG definitely getting their group on, as it were. They're getting around the map. They're starting to go around as the core of the unit, which is Garen, Amumu, and Tarek. Obviously, heavy melee unit there, so Tarek's ulti is going to be wonderful for him at the moment. So we're seeing Ash. They're really trying to gather up. What we saw with the Chinese and Southeast Asian teams, they laned a lot longer than European and American teams. They preferred to get the higher levels and then go into the group team. Maybe the Europeans have been seeing that and thinking, that's not a bad idea.
Well, yeah, certainly they've been. I mean, really, their one big advantage. There we go, nice ward kill. They have oracles on a big board to get that control over Dragon. But the one thing that Europe really is playing into the favor is the fact that they have all these global ultimates, exceptional mobility, and Fortify as well, meaning that all these split pushes play into their favor. They because of their greater map control, they can farm all the lanes and then get back to the team fight. Twisted Fate especially will get so far ahead in gold, and we can see the USA team has been constantly going as 5. We haven't seen someone solo farm a side lane in like 10 minutes. And if it were me playing, I'd just be solo farming a side lane for like 10 minutes because that's the only thing I know how to do. And it works really well, right? But the European team doing a great job at just manipulating this map and manipulating their mobility advantage. And the North American team is pretty much helpless to stop that. They don't have the tools to stop Twisted Fate from running around the map, farming another minion wave, leaving it, farming a different minion wave. And so USA is sort of stuck with this clumped lineup. And it's a great clumped lineup. I mean, Tarek, Amumu, Morgana, Misfortune, that's huge. That does so much in a big team fight. And we saw that USA won the last big team fight. And that works. So Europe has learned their advantage that, okay, we don't need to group up for anything ever. We can outpush you because we have global teleports, global ultimates, and Fortify. So screw it. You know, do what you want. We're going to just manipulate the map the entire time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check out if we can get a tap. We're trying to check out what exactly people are buying as well. We don't want to get, I mean, we can give it away if they can see each other. We can see some fire caves in there, as you'd expect from the usual tanks. Lich Bane I can see as well. There's a lot of potions. This is what I hit on the other day. High-end gaming, a lot of potions do get used. You don't see that a lot in solo queue. It's also, I mean, it's so important to get it, you know, just a simple fortitude potion. It can carry an Ashe a hell of a long way for a good 4 minutes of the game. And at the moment, it's really become a bit of a stack again. They're just waiting to push in. I mean, I'll be interested to see what the tower lane hit points are. They've been really working away on that top tower lane at the moment, and just saw a ward sneak out there. I didn't want to give away what was going on there. The CLG trying to make a Baron push, but they weren't falling for it. The Europeans were straight there with the ward. They didn't want to go for the fight on Baron this time. They didn't want to risk having it stolen from them. They really weren't very far into the fight, so they've backed away, and I think we're going to see a bit of a team fight.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about USA going for Baron is, you know, realistically, it should have worked for them last time. I mean, they went for Baron, they got 2 kills for it, and if Amumu had, you know, cast Smite better, they would have just gotten Baron. And so really, it's not so bad for them to keep going for these really aggressive, crazy pushes, because it almost worked last time. Like, it was someone pressing D and clicking faster would have won them, like, practically just won them the game. If you win a team fight and get Baron, you can just kind of win the game. And the fact that Europe got the Baron managed to keep them safe for now. But, you know, sure enough, USA is able to push this fight. And look at this. They've poked Ashe down a little bit in the health. Morgana doing a good job letting that Q. And, you know, Baron or not, they do have the stronger team fight. Now, the turret might keep them alive. You know, it's going to be hard to push against the turret. But at this point, Europe's actually able to, North America's actually able to force the fact that it's going to be a team fight soon. If Twisted Fate ultimates out and leaves, they'll lose their base, and so they are actually stuck in this position right now. Although USA will finally back off, further that minion waves have now dwindled too much, and also top and bottom have giant waves pushing towards their turrets. So Chowster is in fact going to run down and farm one, and they're going to send probably Morgana to farm the other. I'm not sure, but that's generally what I would do, is send the 2 big carries, the caster and physical carry, to do that.
Yeah, it's obviously the big stacks there. I mean, the worry is obviously when you do get a big stack like that, Twisted Fate can pop down there, Shen can pop down there. You can pretty much clear out that turret very quickly with a big stack. However, at the moment there's a little bit of fox and hound playing on here, a bit of a cat and mouse or whatever you call it in America. They are looking around. Unfortunately, we do have these big counter logic signs right where we can see what character selected to try and go through the units. We'll maybe try and sort that out, but at the moment we are looking, obviously going to see Aegis coming into it. That's going to be pretty much standard play. I wonder if they got, we saw actually double Aegis from China, I believe it was, so they insisted on double Aegis every time.
Yeah, a couple of teams do that, and that's okay. The auras stack in a funny way, so if your friend has an aura, you get the aura. If you yourself also possess the item, you'll get a double aura. You can only be affected by 2 at most. You must carry 1 in order to get 2, but because that second aura will affect 2 champions, it can be worth it, and you just have better spread to help your team. But USA going to go first mid. Movement has actually opened onto Soraka. Will get stunned out though by Shen, and he might die, but he comes up, but not doesn't time for Morgana. Just gets chopped down right there, and that fortified tower is doing so much damage. Element's getting completely crushed right now. Soraka has already jumped on, but oh, look at that damage from Chowster. There's the ultimate dodges with the gold card, but gold card will instead hit Tarek, and Tarek taking a ton of damage, trying to run away, not getting slowed too much, but there is the taunt from Shen, and Tarek will fall down right now, does not heal himself enough, and that was a 4-to-1 fight right there. Pretty sure that was a 4 kill to 1 death. And now Chowster must defend against the inevitable Baron. I mean, I don't even know if they're doing it or not, but obviously that's a standard choice for Europe. And I can't give up positions. We'll just sit here and watch. No one say anything.
You're not really giving anything away. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's going to happen. Chelsea knows they're doing it. They can't do a thing about it. It's simply misfortune versus 4, not going to happen. Other than maybe try and get a harass steal, I don't know. But Castell's going to try and get it now. They have all 5 players back up, so Severus is also going to get that buff as well. So there we go. So let's see what Europe are going to do with the Baron buff here. It gives them a massive, massive advantage of map control, massive advantage of damage control. And at the moment, it's really all that the US team can do is go back into defensive mode.
Well, I think Europe can indeed. I think Europe can go into push style now. They do have 5 champions with Baron buff. They do have probably a kill advantage, although I can't read it. But certainly a power advantage right now. And I think it was just really silly by CLG. Kobe24 bandage tossing in behind a turret to ult, and he ended up getting silenced and stunned long enough that his ult wasn't even very good. That's just a silly move to make. I don't think that was a wise choice at all. And sure enough, the Europeans managed to get that improved Fortify going on, which really helped them win the fight. I think they would have won regardless of Fortify, but it certainly helped them get those kills a lot faster. And you never know, that actually might have made the difference between maybe Tarek getting out or something like that, or the kill being quick enough that they could do Baron. So that one Fortify is really cool to see, and they're putting it to really good use as well. And it looks like, you know, finally the Europe team doing much better with their map objectives. And I'm pretty much just counting down the seconds until they decide to push, because I know they will go for it. They've got such a huge advantage. In the next about 4 minutes, they will start a push. Baron buff lasts about 5. I think that's roughly correct. And there we see a Clairvoyance going down. Can you scroll up? Yeah, okay, so USA does know that they are going for Dragon, and Europe knows that USA knows, and they know that 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 they know. And that's going to be some cool little counterplay there. A ward going down. They can still spot Dragon. Can they steal it? No, they can't. Shen will smite. That will take that down. And again, just more map objectives taken by the European team.
Yeah, meanwhile, Twisted Fate quite happily pushes the left-hand lane. They can see that. They can see what he's doing. He's quite happily working away. He popped his ulti there, I think he did. Yes, he did. He's just going to port away. And drawing his teammate down the bottom there. So at the moment, you know, they've not really made a massive use of this Baron buff. They've not managed to get a tower with it. All they've done, they've got a Dragon buff, fair enough. The Dragon gold, the extra gold from that, but really they've not pushed the mid tower. They had a 4v1 straight from Baron. They could easily have gone straight and got that mid tower. Misfortune, I don't think could have done anything about it. They were only just about getting spawned, so I think they could have made a bit more use of that Baron buff. It's got to be close to running out already. A little bit of a counter up now. Nice start bindings there, but in the middle of the group, and it was on Soraka. Soraka's just like, yeah, it's not doing a lot for me. So I got a feeling Mumu on that tower buff. The arrow went in, it was great fortified, but he didn't pop his ulti in time. He got straight in, and Ash needs to pop the ulti then. He gave, not Ash, who was he on? But Ash managed to get the arrow straight off. He wouldn't have been able to do that as soon as he got it in the So I didn't really know what Kobe was doing. I was expecting him to go straight for the ulti. As soon as he got the bandage straight onto him, but difference of play from Europe and America, I guess. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Twisted Fate at the bottom lane is pushing there a little bit, has backed off slightly. The only thing I'm interested in seeing is that Europe has not run a Summoner Teleport, and Europe is sort of known for running Summoner Teleport, and I feel like with the way this game is going, like Twisted Fate, if he had actual Summoner Teleport, would be hilariously just stupid in this game, because he could teleport to a lane, push it, and then ult out. and just every time the cooldown is like literally teleport to a lane and then teleport out. There's nothing they could have done to stop him there. They do not have nearly enough mobility. I mean, none of the champions except Misfortune are even very mobile on the US team. So they were really at the mercy of everyone's teleport. Oh, there's the Dark Binding. Does hit Ash. There's the stuff that she will flash dodge it. Cassid and General both show up as well. And yeah, there's nothing to hit them there. But they are still spamming down. Of course, they have bonus mana and health regeneration thanks to the Baron buff. Twisted Fate will group up towards the left-hand side. He will take down some minions, and USA will decide if they want to counteract this or if they're going to sit there. Dark Binding does not hit anything, just tags the minion. Ash still trying to spam away and trying to hit Misfortune. Misfortune, of course, able to easily farm these minions using double up. And notice that she could have went for those minions there, but backed off instead.
So Zyla were using the extra advantage there. CLG were really with the choice of do we stand and fight or do we move? But that is 2 towers for Europe there. Very nicely done. Rake getting to the side there. Zyla pushing on to the mid tower. So now really the massive advantage, although you've got to remember that inner turret of the mid lane is literally on no health for the European team. So it's not that stacked at the moment, although that is really the only one that's left. The 2 top and bottom turrets are still completely intact. I don't think they've really been pushed whatsoever. So the US team preferring to just pile up the middle, whereas the Europeans going straight to the sides, which is actually, you know, pretty much what happens in every single Season 1 game I play in Europe. They always go for the side turrets.
Yeah. So it's really interesting to see this game. Again, I talked about the champion picks earlier on, right before this game started, how, you know, US was so sure in the crowd as well, just so sure that US had outpicked them. But you know, the mobility advantage is huge here, and you can make the case that US has misplayed some of the fights, and you're absolutely right. They ran into a couple of turrets that they shouldn't have. But I mean, for the most part, they've been playing the game pretty intelligently. I mean, the one Baron steal. I mean, okay, you can say there's 2-3 things that happen that shouldn't have, the Baron steal and pushing into that tower. But the way that the game is playing, I mean, regardless of 400 global gold one way or the other, is really the clash of styles. It's really what's changing between these two games, and you can see the European style is working quite well, and you can say they got lucky or maybe not, but certainly what they're doing is working. And all these quote low tier picks, the Twisted Fate, the Cassid, and the Soraka, they're doing fine. They're doing great. And they are going to push on. That will break out of Avanti's Veil. Amumu will get silenced real quick. And there's the Fortify again. They will not go for it as the Fortify lasts too long and those minions are all dead. They will double up. That will do some damage to the minions, but not quite kill them yet. But they could go for it again. Now, Twisted Fate will continue pushing down bottom. Just have a Lich Bane already. And he's just doing so much damage to these minions. And he will go for that turret now. So USA will decide if they want to defend Twisted Fate or if they want to push this turret on the next wave. And with Fortify down, they can just face tank that turret and kill it. Twisted Fate will kill the second bottom turret. So that is a huge turret advantage. 5 turrets to 1, and USA will not face tank that second turret and will not take that down. So TF now up to the inhibitor turret, just dropping down these minions so very quickly. And USA needs to find a counter.
And there he goes.
and off he goes, going up to the top lane, getting a ton of free gold. There's the red card. And just so many minion kills.
I think you might have annoyed Severus there, because Severus was about there going, oh, I'm going to have this now. It's all mine.
Yeah, so Twisted Fate, whenever he gets a little bit more ability power, will be able to one-shot the ranged minions as well if he wants to with the wild cards. But Ash just collecting up some nice stuff for themselves. Now both teams doing well to grab their buffs. The one thing that was interesting to me as well is when Europe had that, when Europe did have the Baron buff and they weren't really pushing, there's actually somewhat of an interview or a question asked. Yeah, Ashar just barely misses onto Misfortune, but there was a question asked to the European players, and they said, yeah, we lose most of our games by having a huge advantage and then like grabbing buffs instead of pushing. And that's sort of what they've been doing. Is they play a very patient game. They don't really push very often. They don't really go all in at all. And they said that they lose some games by like getting this huge advantage than not going for it and grabbing buffs and letting the team recoup. So we'll see if that comes to bite them in the end, or if what they're doing is going to continue to work and they're just going to keep running USA haggard. Because certainly we saw them make a mistake once before with the Amumu initiate. But if they make another one, they could lose the game by one more bad fight.
So here we go, getting a little bit of a gathering. Looks like the US is going to try and push the advantage. Remember, 45 was used probably, 2-3 minutes ago. That time is not going to be down, so they're not going to have the 45 advantage that they had the first time, which is why they're going to just walk straight through, take that turret out, and going to try and push the advantage on the mid. Are they going to go straight for mid turret? I wouldn't have thought so, because the German team, you can see them all stacking up, ready and waiting. It's not sort of one of those things. But this is where the Europes, they've got the massive advantage. They can sit there and hold these in a 4v5. Twisted Fate can pop off to the side. You can see stacks on the top and bottom. They can easily just pop off and say, you know what, I'm going to take your tower while you try and push our own towers. And I think the CLG team, they realise that. They're going to try and bait them out, or almost it seems to be. Or they're going to try and push for a Baron, a Dragon. They got the choice really on the map at the moment. But Dragon probably not as much as important at this stage of the game. It's probably more Baron, but At the moment, everyone's got it warded up. You can see wards all up and down the map. And they're both two big gank groups. You can see there's, I think there's only 4 of the German team yet. So they've got Twisted Fate once again. He's off doing his thing around the map. Right, you can see the still managed to get the ward down there. And here we go.
They do know that Baron was getting poked. All right, so yeah, so we see that Twisted Fate is pushing the bottom by himself, doing some very good damage to these minions, going right up here onto that turret, spamming that down. Very good stuff. Has lots of minion wave, but will continue to poke that down and do what he can. Drops that down, one more hit, and yes, there's some, misses that kill actually. There's some free gold otherwise. And he's going to continue to push that bottom turret down, doing whatever damage he can. And USA is not yet reacting to that action at all. And you think that's going to be kind of a problem because he's onto that turret. Now Morgana has now finally flanked it behind him, but Twisted Fate has not yet ult. That tower is very low. Will Morgana Dark Binding, and that will break it. So Twisted Fate in bad shape. There's the Soul Shackles going to do some damage. Will die right there. Morgana picking up that kill. Has finally stopped that reign of terror from Twisted Fate. And again, whenever Baron is going, please, we need to be very quiet about that. Not all the teams will always have that reveal. No one do the oh, because then they all know. So by the way, I've actually heard that comment before, like, oh yeah, we hear the other teams talking all the time, and when they get excited, we know something's happening. So we're going to continue to call side lanes when that kind of stuff goes on, and when teams finally show up, then we'll let that go. But I want to try to urge you guys to be a little bit less excited. I know it's hard, this game is awesome, but in some cases be a little bit less excited than normal because we do want these teams to be blind when they're supposed to.
Yeah, we want it to be fair. That's
oh my gosh! Nothing! Yes! Okay.
I was just thinking,
that's
what?
That's exactly.
What did I miss?
Exactly. Some minions are dying, holy!
The minions. Feel the minions. So here we go. CLG going to make a push onto that first base tower. Could they be the first one to go? Remember, the base tower at the bottom of CLG is about half hit points. Twisted Fate pushing on that one. The Twisted Fate still down. It's 4v5. They could defend this 4v5 pretty easily, I think. At the moment, CLG trying to really feel the way around this game. They've been knocking the potions back. And Misfortune did have an agility. I think he might have had a brilliance going as well, but didn't really make use of it. So that's what 600 gold straight away wasted. But they've been running around in these group stages, group fights, not managing to make any new counts at the moment. Europe trying to figure out defend. What do we go for? COG going to be trying to push as well. We can't really give anything away.
Well, Europe has clear voice, so both teams know that both teams know, and they're going this as hard as they can. They're trying to take this Baron down. Now Europe has shown that's the clear voice. There's the app. Who will get the ult, and Europe will steal it again. Shen jumps across the wall, but they can't kill Shen for this. He will try to get out. I don't think he'll be able to. Pass it in the middle. Pass it drops down. Shen will probably die as well. Getting stunned by Morgana. Getting dropped down. He tries to hold the way onto Soraka, and he will not get out. That will be not a kill. He shadow danced over the wall. Uh-oh, Morgana kind of low. The juice box is in. There's a stun onto Ashe. Taking some damage. Oh, Morgana is pretty low, and yes, Morgana will go down. Soraka getting the kill. Twisted Fate has teleported. He will hit Misfortune in the back with a gold card.
Very
Two
nice.
standing members for USA. Uh-oh. He's trying
he's got
to
damage.
not stun Terry. Okay.
Yeah, he pulled the red out, wanted to pull the yellow out. But that was trying to do it under the pressure of the stage lights, as it were. So very nice fight from Europe there. We obviously can't give too much away, but they haven't got clarity. They got it ward down, so they could see what was happening. Very good steals. That's 2 steals now to Europe. Ash going to be pushing all those units forward. And I think it was, what, 4-2? They got standing still, so 3 down for a US there, I believe, in that fight.
Yeah, something like that. 3 or 4 kills. Certainly a lot. Basically, they won that fight.
They won the fight quite big.
Up.
So we got some big minion stack on the top side at the moment, but I don't think Ash is going to stand around trying to fight. That's a little bit worried of Tarek. Garen probably going to spin on him, so he's going to back away. Also gone. It is the mid turret gone from Rake there, so Rake's doing an awesome job of Twisted Fate. And that is really his massive advantage. So, I mean, when you guys see him solo picked, you think, oh my god, someone's picked solo. I'm off, I'm leaving. And then people just take the, I'll just take the 5-10 minutes, I gotta wait now, not having Twisted Fate in my team. That happens a lot in Europe, and I've gotta be honest, I've probably done it myself, so we're seeing a perfect example of how he can be used. You know, he needs a team around him, but he is a perfect person to just pull away while the team fight's going on. You guys can hold it 4v5. Obviously, if your team sucks and they can't hold it 4v5, that's a problem. But normally they can, and you can just go off and start picking lanes like Twitter, and he can just sneak off, push the lane on his own, and have no problems about it. So the moment we're seeing a bit of a back and forth. Remember, the Baron buff is on the European team, so really, the CLG are like, are they going to attack?
Yeah, CLG definitely has to defend now. Now, Europe's done a good job of not being too aggressive. They have killed all the outer turrets, but the second they kill an inhibitor, now they will have map control, but the second they kill that inhibitor, the US team can basically free farm their lanes at all times. Even the non-super lane will actually get more buffed minions, so all lanes will automatically push. And there are games that have been lost by simply not by committing enough to kill an inhibitor, then backing off and giving all 3 lanes out to the opponent. And getting Baron on spawn every time is not as much gold as getting 3 lanes of permanent farm.
So we got the European team, or German team. I keep referring to Europe. They are technically European, but they are coming to flying the flag of Germany while we're here. And it is a 3 men from Germany. It counts as a German team. So Twisted Fate with just about every buff he can muster, along with Ash. So Ash has got red, blue, and Baron on at the moment. Surely going to push around. The bottom tower is the lowest. I think there was around about mid hit points. I'm not too sure if you can try and edge the screen to the left. We'll see the hit points, but at the moment they're just going to be.
It's full.
The minions are not going to. No,
Twisted
Fate put a bit of hurt.
Yeah, it should be really low. Twisted Fate hit it earlier. I forgot that part. And he was the one pushing solo bottom for a while as they're trying to fake on Baron. So again, the full. Oh, but they found TF and Misfortune doing some damage. He will try to ultimate out, and Shen shows up too. But Ash already killed that turret bottom, so they're doing a very good job. Ash is onto the inhibitor. Now Tarek will try to stun, but will get slowed right there. So Rocket House can heal almost in range for that dazzle.
Free inhibitor and the ghost being used by just about everyone. Morgana's going to try and cut off Soraka and Ash there. Will they get it inside? That's the question. Yeah, Ash flashes those arrows. He's in all sorts of trouble. Surely the stun's going to come in a moment from Tarek. He's been silenced. Very nice.
There's the Shatter. Oh! And there's the. Okay, yeah, so he's going to
go down. He's going to try and stay there, but Soraka is going to go down. Still not going to go down. They're more interested in getting Ash. That's the important kill. Now they're going to get Soraka. Shen's like, yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, very good job there.
Oh, very nice.
Twisted Fate, though, up the top. Again, they're just using that map mobility to their advantage. But again, yeah, those team fights are so good for the American team. They made that happen every single time. They would just, if they could make a fight happen, they would get it. And the cool thing there from Tarek is he actually waited until he got in range for Shatter to break the Banshee Veil before stunning. And then just really good sort of target selection. They didn't overcommit on the one champion. They knew that they had enough slows and stuns to pick them off. And so they kind of split up into groups. Garen just like left Soraka where she was and went up to Ash. Amimu helped kill Ash, and I think went back around and killed Soraka as well. So they got 2 champion kills. They lost 2 turrets for it, which is probably better for Europe, but this does give USA a quick winner to push, as they're still going to wait for the last 2 champions to respawn. And Twisted Fate's ultimate should still be down for a few more seconds, but he'll get out pretty soon.
Now to put a rules question with you, is backdooring allowed?
Of course backdooring is allowed. Oh, are you kidding?
No, we can see Twisted Fate can't have that chance. Here we go. He got Fortify going out there from Sneezy Weezy. Is playing Shen at the moment, casting in and out. And really, from this point of view, I don't think CLG can push in against them. It's not on a 4v5, maybe not, well, certainly not on a 5v5. 4v5, they don't seem to have the damage at the moment. They've got a lot of stun ability with all the crowd control, but the massive damage at the moment, certainly with Twisted Fate and Cassidy, they've managed to stack around. I'm not too sure whether Cassidy's actually stacked any books. I don't think he has. We're going to, I can't see whether he's selected. He's got 4 stacks on him.
Yeah, that's 4 Majai stacks.
Which is not worth it for the moment.
Not yet, not yet. He's getting there. He's doing all right. But yeah, they're not getting all the champion kills. They've won a couple team fights, but Europe's real strength is in their push. And I'm surprised that their strength is in Twisted Fate. But their strength is not in champion kills. And I'm surprised that they still love going snowball items when their strategy is towers. That doesn't make a lot of logical sense to me when they could be getting like a Sheen or something else faster and do stuff with that instead. But right now, USA, of course, in a bad way. They've lost most of their base. Twisted Fate at any time can backdoor an inhibitor. And inhibitors don't get the backdoor bonus, unlike turrets. So the inhibitor will drop pretty quickly if TF abuses his Sheen procs, well now Lichbane procs properly. But what CLG really needs to win this game is to be able to, if Twisted Fate does backdoor, then he can get an inhibitor, but he won't be able to take the Nexus without minions. And so that's okay. USA can give up an inhibitor because those respawn, those are free farm. What they need, though, is they need Baron. And they can take Baron and take that into a push. And if they can make that work for them, whether TF backdoors or, all sorts of random stuff, there's lots of ways that they could make a push happen, whether it's Europe makes a mistake or they just go for it and hope that Baron buff is enough to carry through a tower dive. But USA certainly not out of the picture. A black shielded Misfortune can ult an entire team, plus Morgana and Amumu can stun an entire team for about 5 seconds. And so they certainly have that team fight available, and they do have all 5 members there. They do have Amumu and Misfortune with Banshee's Veils. Those will block some of those initial stuns. That volley does miss, and here they go. They're going to try to push in. Twisted Fate ult was casted recently, so that should still be down. One of the Banshee's Veils has been broken. Misfortune does not have hers yet, but Ash still spending volleys. That damage does go through Black Shield as it is physical damage. Has poked Garen a little bit more, but of course Garen will be able to regenerate quite nicely, make it rain, doing no damage at all. And they're going to now group and try to push. They do have a good chance of this. You're doing a great job of pushing these minions away so that they can wait for this Twisted Fatal to be back up and just push from there. And that might not necessarily force USA's hand, but if he does get to go up to it, up to the Nexus, that will force him to defend. Twisted Fate can solo push the Nexus if he has a minion wave with him. And he'll probably get 1 turret per wave.
Yeah, there's a minion stack as well, so they've got to be real careful because there is a wide open inhibitor on the bottom left. You can see that minion stack is working in there. That's been built over the bottom. The middle, bottom lane's not so bad. At the moment, it's all about a team fight. They don't want to push out early. They know Baron's up. I'm pretty sure Baron's up right now.
Both teams know Baron's up, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's really about that. The problem is both teams know it's about that. They're going to have wards there. Both teams are going to see it. Twisted Fate's certainly going to see it. They're not going to, even if they sniff it, they're going to be Twisted Fate straight on there. You can see the minion stack going in there. So this is really CLG. They need to do something. They need to act, otherwise they're going to start getting minion stacks pushing on them. And as soon as one of those inhibs go down, they're in a little bit of trouble. But, you know, we've seen some incredibly long games. We saw the China-South Korea game, Southeast Asia game, sorry. I mean, they had all inhibs down, yet they didn't win.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
about half an hour.
Yeah. So, real quick, as we're waiting for the teams to bait each other in the brush and things like that, I mean, actually, I'm going to have to hold this off because there's the hawk shot they have revealed, and there is the Ash arrow. It just barely misses. Again, this Ash is not Big Fat GG, does not throw the most legit arrows in my life, and Yep really wishes they could trade players right now because he would hit everything. And I'm being a fanboy.
That's why I'm here, to counteract the US
Oh, yes.
fanism, as it were. So Twisted Fate also used the ulti actually there, and all he did is went down to the bottom lane. So obviously he was hoping that the arrow hit, kind of poured in, all confused for a minute. He said, fire the arrow. He missed.
Yeah, nuke the wall. It'll get better.
Yeah.
But, you know, as we're in a bit of a lull, this team fight may or may not start pretty soon. I mean, how cool is it that we're here at WCG watching the League of Legends Grand Finals? How awesome is this? It's so much fun to be here. I'm really honored to be in front of you guys. I'm so glad you've all come out to watch us, sitting in these chairs, watching the LoL Grand Finals. These amazing two teams out here just putting on a great show. This is a dream come true for me. So I want to thank all of you guys for making this happen. This is amazing. I love you too.
A lot of love. But at the moment, though, that tower in mid is actually took quite a bit of damage there while you were getting all the love from the crowd. It's down to about a third health, so Darbine is just about missing that. We're starting to see a bit of a push from CLG. Oh, Misfortune almost going down there. And surely as you can see Europe pushed out. Yes, we do. Zyla takes down Kobe. It's all going on. Oh, it's CLG that's up putting back out. Managed to get in there a little bit. Has managed to back the hell out of there. Soraka's ulti was used, I believe, in there to pull off the heel. Shen's going to try and chase. Tarek's in all kinds of trouble. They're going to surely get a slow on him. Yes, they will. Oh, double frag there from Severus. Beautiful stuff. Ponzo GG going down. And Tarek, Tune Garen and Misfortune are going to get away, but that's going to give a 4-5 on 2 advantage. I can't see whether there's 4 or 5 there. There is
There's
5.
2 alive.
So surely you'd assume a
alive.
Baron or definitely a push on an inhib is going to be on here because there's really not a lot of CLG. That should well be a good game to Europe here, the Germany team. And that's Misfortune with exhaust on it. Nicely done. And the Twisted Fate comes in. That is going to be all 4 down now. It is just about Garen left standing. He's like, no, I'm not really going to be able to do anything about that. 1 inhib down. Are they going to go push straight for the top inhib? Yes, they will. That's almost definitely the second tower. And this could well be all over for Team USA. Remember, this is the best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, so don't think it's all over just yet.
Yeah, let's see if the USA can actually figure out what their mistakes were and pick a better composition. You're almost certain to see they're going to ban Twisted Fate next game. Twisted Fate has been ruining their day, and you're going to see a Twisted Fate ban. It's like it's December all over again.
You're going to see him every single game.
It's like it's December again.
So that is all inhibitors down there for a German team that managed to push through. Now that you've got complete map control, CLG really needs to just sit in base. Of course, they're in a fight. They're not going to use /surrender as you would do, but at the moment it's just going to be, I guess the German team are just going to buy the time, think, hey, we've just got lots of money, we're going to spend all that money, get all the top items left in game. I mean, at this game, we're what, 40, probably going to be 40 minutes into this, maybe a little bit more, in fact. I can't really make out the top time, maybe 50 is that. But we're probably going to start seeing Guardian Angels on just about everyone.
Yeah, I think we're actually hitting the 50-something minute mark. I checked my time, and it's been about close to an hour since we were supposed to start or so. And that does look like a 5 up there, that big blurry blob kind of hooked like an S. So sure, why not? That's a 5. And okay, there we go. They were going to chop that last blizzard down and make that camp respawn. Europe doing a very good job of not being too aggressive. You saw they took those 2 inhibitors down, but they didn't go for the Nexus. They didn't, rush for Baron or anything. They took their time. They knew what the map situation was like. They knew what I'll get it this time, what their mobility was like, and they knew that they could react to any problems quickly if any arose. So we're going to try to see if there's going to be any more side lane pushing. They do have some time. Europe doesn't have to push for anything right away, and they will be able to be patient. And we're just going to wait to see what USA can do as they're actually at, I guess, 0 inhibitors now. I think did they take a mid in the meantime? Yeah. So it's a 0 inhibitor. Yeah, double super creeps per lane spawning. USA has completely no map control. Now they can chain farm, right? They can get all 3 lanes now for infinite gold. And so, whether Europe gets Baron or not, or all the buffs on the map, the jungle does not spawn as much gold as 3 lanes do. So if Europe AFKs for 5 minutes, USA will be winning this game. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think Europe will come in and push pretty shortly as the super creeps are powerful enough to continue to push USA into a bad situation. You can see that all these American and Canadian players stuck in their base against these big marauding blue and, the purple marauding minions. But Europe is taking their time. Again, they had said before that we lose so many games by taking too long to grab these buffs. And certainly, like right now, this is the case where they shouldn't be grabbing buffs because USA is getting a ton of gold every second from all these minions.